Welcome back to WWE's Miz-itude, everybody. We are going to be starting part 3 here right away. Let's get right into part 3 of this phenomenal story. At least it's been phenomenal so far. Let's see if it can keep up being phenomenal in part 3. Last time we ended off on SmackDown. Producer! Where are you, producer? Has anyone seen the producer? I'm right here, Miz. What do you want now, Miz? Well, aren't you going to start working on Miz-itude Part 3? Yeah, sure, Miz. Whatever you want to do, Miz. I'm nobody. I'm just around here to answer to all your beck calls, Miz. Come on now. What seems to be the problem with you today? Why are you so sad? Did you lose Mr. Cuddles again or something? I know just the thing that will cheer you up and turn that frown upside down, Mr. Producer. For one thing, Miz, I never heard of Mr. Cuddles. And to answer your question, the reason why I'm not myself today is because I didn't save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Is that all? What a relief. You had me thinking that the Miz-itude was canceled. Apparently, the producer is upset that he didn't save money by changing over to Geico. WWE Home Video, in association with THQ and Max Fashion Productions, proudly presents the Miz-itude Part 3, the true untold awesome story of the WWE's Attitude Era that was seen through the eyes of The Miz. What are we going to be starting off on this time? Hello once again, my name is Michael Cole, the voice of the WWE, and welcome back to the Miz-itude, the true untold awesome story of WWE's Attitude Era that was seen through the eyes of The Miz. In Part 3, we will continue to look at some of the best matches that made the Attitude Era so great, or should I say, awesome. No, heck no, Michael. You do not have the privilege to steal my catchphrases, because I'm The Miz, and I'm, wait for it, some. Anyway, Michael, are you a Star Wars fan? If you are, you probably heard of the iconic Darth Vader. Am I right so far? Don't answer that question, Cole, because it's a rhetorical question, and I, The Miz, is talking right now. Believe it or not, I had the chance to meet George Lucas himself at a Comic-Con convention where all the geeks go to play dress-up, so I pitched George Lucas an idea I had, and you know what he said? No, I don't know, Miz. What did George Lucas say? Well, I'll tell you, Michael. George put his arm around my shoulder and said, Miz, you're a genius. Did all you misfits out there in TV land just hear that? George Lucas, one of the greatest movie producers of all time, called me The Miz, the must-see Intercontinental Champion in all WWE's history, a genius. And do you want to know why, Michael? Too late. I'm going to tell you why anyway. The idea that I pitched to George Lucas was that after the third movie, or was it the sixth one? I don't remember, because I always lose track during the whole Star Wars thing. Darth Vader's evil cousin comes into play and wipes out the entire Republic. And that's all that's left is the true Empire. And I'm not talking about the McMahon Empire. This whole story brings us to our next match on this DVD, where Dolph Ziggler squares off against the man they call Vader in the Dolph-Vader match. All that to set up the Dolph-Vader match. Well, this should be an interesting one. Vader versus Dolph Ziggler. You guys already know who I'm going to be playing as if you've seen any of my other videos. I mean, it's no surprise to you that... It's no surprise to me that Dolph Ziggler is his own worst enemy, as he comes out with a Tag Team Championship belt. But I am going to be playing as Dolph Ziggler, of course, to take on Vader in the Dolph. It's time! It's Vader time! But yes, I am going to be playing as the one and only Dolph Ziggler in the Dolph Vader match. Dolph Ziggler. Let's get right into playing as Dolph.
We're essentially seeing a modern-day telling of David versus Goliath. This is just a massive challenge.
It should be no problem. Not for Dolph Ziggler. If it was anybody else in there with Vader, of course they'd be getting their ass kicked, but it's Dolph Ziggler, so don't expect to see Dolph Ziggler getting his ass beat by Vader. Not here, not ever. Hold up, the phone's ringing. Who is it? An out-of-area number, so I have no clue who this is. I will not be answering this. Let me wait for it to stop ringing so I can start the show up again, because if I don't, then it's just going to be a nuisance in the background. Did it stop? I think it stopped. Yes, there it goes. Now don't you fucking ring again, you asshole. I will come over there and I'll bring down a pound of fury on your ass. There's one more thing I gotta do. As I've talked about in a previous universe video where the phone, universe mode video where the phone rang. There's a problem with the modem and the internet connection and the phone line all being plugged into the same thing, that when the phone rings, the phone in the living room will somehow disconnect the internet, which is a nuisance and it's very annoying, and I'm gonna have to get that looked at soon. But anyway, let's get back into the Dolph Vader match, and what is sure to be one heck of a match, as Dolph Ziggler is still going to be in control. Of course Dolph Ziggler is going to be in control on this one. Vader is no match for Dolph Ziggler. Of course Vader's going to hit a few moves of offense, but he's no match for Dolph Ziggler. And there's no doubt in anybody's mind that Dolph Ziggler will come out the victor in this phenomenal Dolph Vader match. Big drop kick right to the side of the head. What's he in? He's not even in color yet. He will be soon enough. And he is in color now. Even more so now that I just need him right in the head. And even more so now that I just gave him a big swift kick. Big famouser. He's busted open. You know what? Come here. Get up. Get up, Vader. Like I said, you do not stand a chance against the man they call Ziggler. 1, 2. Oh my lord. He kicked out even after being busted open. What a man this Vader is. But he can be the biggest man he wants to be. Because when you're in the ring with Dolph Ziggler, you're nothing but a pansy. You don't stand a chance. You're nothing in the ring with the World Heavyweight Champion. Vader is now hitting a bit of offense, but that's fine. Because I turned this right into a pin. 1, 2. Oh, 2 count only. Big missile drop kick. Now let's hit a big elbow drop. Or let's get pushed right off. Big clothesline though, taking Vader right off his feet. No, I don't want to end it with the crucifix. Big elbow. This one is nearing an end for Vader, of course, not for me. But Vader. One more zigzag, and Vader is done. 1, 2, 3. Dolph Ziggler has pulled off another astonishing victory against Vader in the Dolph Vader match. Now are we going to be heading over to see what's going on Raw? I believe that is what is in our future. Last week on Monday Night Raw, John Cena suffered a loss to the I'm going to leave it right here as we can find out who he suffered a loss to in the next episode, even though it was The Miz. Either way, we're going to read this and continue on in the next episode of WWE's Miz-itude.